Hello and welcome inside the Humbers Hawks nest as we get set for some OCAA women's volleyball action as we have your Humber Hawks taking on the Redeemer Royals. And the Humber trying to finish this season off on a little bit of a high note as they've had a three-game winning streak coming into this one. And it has been in big part due to the three-headed monster at the front court in Alex Kristanisic, Julia Watson, and Cheyenne Williams. Do you think they need to continue their ways for Humber to continue this roll into the playoffs?
Absolutely. Those three are so highly dependent on here. Watson's that outside hitter, one of the best outside threats in all the province, and not too much can be said about, you can never say too much about Cheyenne Williams' presence on this team. Leads the OCAA in blocks with 42. That's fourth most in Humber's history, just 10 away from the team's all-time record of 52. She'd have to get a lot in these last two games to tie that record, but hey, anything's possible.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And as well, Julia Watson now sits 11th on the career points list at 464 career points. So she's only 20 points or so away from moving up. As we take a look at the West Division standings, you can see there your Humber Hawks sitting nice and comfortable there in the second position. Meanwhile, Redeemer sort of a middle of the pack there in sixth. And the Humber Hawks are going to need to have a pretty good one coming into this game, as they are going to be taking on their rivals in St. Clair, who are just underneath them over on the 16th of February. So they're definitely going to want to try to continue this role that they have going into St. Clair.
Yeah, definitely a big one on the line here tonight. All these teams in the OCAA West jockeying for that position there for the crossover games that we got coming up, where the one they got to win to qualify for the OCAA tournament. And Humber in pretty good shape right now. It doesn't look like they'll be able to, well, they won't be able to catch up to a Fanshawe for number one, but they'll definitely want to hang on to that number two seed and get the best opponent possible.
You're exactly right. As we send it over to the PA announcer for O Canada. As you see the ladies there take their pre-game handshakes, as we are now getting set for the starting lineups for both teams. And here we are getting started is number 9, Renwick for Redeemer. Good serve there. LaChapelle with the bump, and a little bit of a rough start here for the Humber Hawks as Heaney tried to go over the net with the fingertips, just unable to get on that one.
Yeah, Heaney tried to go for that little bit of that soft pass over the net. Unfortunately for her, a little too soft. First point goes to Redeemer.
And serve again. There's Petkoff with the bump and pass. Good swing there as that's going to go off the block, as that is going to be Humber's first points on the board. It's going to send Alex Barman to the service line.
A little bit of redemption there for Henderson, getting that point off the block.
Yeah, it's definitely what you like to see when you kind of screw up your first attempt, make good on the second one. It's a good serve there by Bartman, handled by Redeemer nicely. A backcourt hit there by Slules. As a nice little rally developing. Some good defense for Humber, getting their hands up on it at the net. Petkoff is going to send that one over. Not quite a free ball, but Redeemer doing what they can to get that one over with a hit themselves. LaChapelle with the bump set. And a good spot on the court there for Julia Watson, painting that back corner.
Classic Julia Watson there, getting that strong right arm up, lighting that one for the point and putting one of the best in the league back at the service line.
Yeah, Alex Barman, as you said, one of the best in the league. She is oh so good at this service line, and when she can get going, it can be oh so dangerous. Good pass there, as that's going to go over easy. Good return by Bartman. Julia Watson trying to go softly over top and is getting returned. Redeemer trying themselves to go with a little bit of a soft touch, just trying to flick it over top of the block. Unable to do it there, as that's going to keep Alex Bartman on the service line. So after that little bit of a flub on the first point, Humber shaking it off and now find themselves with a 2-point lead here early. Good serve there by Bartman. Swills with the pass and another backcourt hit, as that is going to kind of just get in between Bartman and Petkoff. Petkoff trying to get over, just unable to.
Yeah, I love that effort there by Hannah Petkoff. Giving it all she got, really extending that body over. Unfortunately, just not enough.
Redeemer with the serve. Redeemer, one of the better serving teams in the OCAA. They're not having a good go of it, as if they get going from the service line, they can be just as dangerous as some of these Humber Hawks.
Yeah, certainly, and Van Vark, usually one of the better servers on that team, unfortunately making a mistake for her.
Going with the back set there. Van Vark able to put it down just out of bounds there, as that's going to send the point to Humber. Haley Henderson with the serve, second-year player out of Burlington, Ontario. Good pass there. Going with the short set is Redeemer, and that made no contact with the Humber block, as that caught all the net, as that's going to keep Humber on the service line.
Yeah, I don't think it would have mattered too much anyways. That Humber front line was all over that ball.
Yeah, you're right. They had an absolute monster read there, as Kristanisic and Julia Watson were all in the face. Going with the outside hit to Rendiers, Good dig there by Nash. Giving a free ball to Humber, as Julia Watson, when she gets a good swing, she can really get it down. As first attempt doesn't go, and the second one just out of bounds there in that back corner. Julia Watson usually oh so good at laying it down in that back corner, just didn't find it there.
Yeah, that was her second attempt there. It looked like it was a good one, but just barely missed that line. The more chances she'll get, though, the more points she'll get, so not really too concerned about that.
And there's Kristanisic with a very nice hit there from the middle. That's her office. That's her go-to spot there, that nice little meter ball set. She is able to capitalize there, just going hard off of the defender.
Yeah, she was all over that ball. Not much Redeemer could have done to defend that.
You're exactly right. As Redeemer's going to give up a free ball, and that's definitely not what you're going to want to do against these Humber Hawks, but they're able to kind of dig themselves out of the little hole with a good block there.
Yeah, it looks like Redeemer's done a little bit of their homework there. They know that ball is going to go try. They're going to try and at least get to that ball to Julia Watson. They were all over that there.
Yeah, it was a good read indeed. There's a good spot there as Henderson with the pass going over to Petkoff, able to lay it down, but Redeemer with the return. Going to give up a free ball as that is going to go out before LaChapelle even touches it, as the ball went just on the other side of those antennas that we have on the sides of the net.
Yeah, I got that ball through those posts. Redeemer not doing that there.
Here's Julia Watson with the serve. Trying to go lightly over top of the block. They do manage to do that. Good block there by Redeemer off of Petkoff, and Cheyenne Williams, oh so good with the swing. That one going out of bounds there, off of the hand of Rendiers, as Humber will send Julia Watson back to the line, now 9-4. So far been pretty quick here early. Not too many long outstanding rallies, as a very good serve there by Watson, catching the libero. Nash just maybe a touch off. That one just going off her left arm there and out of bounds.
Yeah, Nash wasn't quite set for that one.
That time it was Stofers taking the pass, and she's going to get the hit from the backcourt. Humber going to Petkoff, as that's going to go off the block and out of bounds. Hannah Petkoff, another one of these dangerous hitters. When she can get going, it can be almost lights out early, potentially, as that's going to force Redeemer to call the timeout and talk things over.
Yeah, that was a great kill there by Petkoff, but Alex Bartman doing really all she could there to set that one up, putting that in a perfect spot for her, and that's really the power of Captain Alex Bartman.
Yeah, I mean, Alex Bartman, one of those players that really makes everybody on the court look very, very good with her ability to pass the ball. As we take a look at some replays there, good solid defense, good solid hitting all around by the Humber Hawks so far in this one.
Yeah, it's been all around some great team play. Humber getting up to that 11-4 lead here early on. A lot of what you like to see here, as both these teams, the last time they met, it was a really tight affair. Humber taking that one in the fifth and final set, but in the Hawks Nest, we know things usually shake up a little differently here. It's really tough for a lot of these road teams to come in here and get the W.
Oh yeah, you're exactly right. It is one of the hardest gyms to come into and try to collect yourself a win when you're on the road. And Humber, with the way they've been playing lately, as I mentioned on the top of the broadcast there, bringing in a 3-game winning streak, trying to extend it to 4. As this woman right here, Julia Watson's been a big part of that.
Yeah, certainly one of the big pieces here. When she was missing for a little bit in the midseason, her presence was definitely missed.
Exactly right, and a good block there by the Redeemer Royals. I believe that went off of Rendier's hand and just out of the reach of Julia Watson, as that's going to send Rendiers to the line for service.
Yeah, Coach Brad Doe is certainly going to be happy about that one. A great point there coming out of the timeout.
Good try there, that usual little back set from Bartman, trying to go to Cheyenne Williams. Just a really good read there by the front court of the Redeemer Royals. Once again, Redeemer really focusing on getting into the face of these big, strong hitters of the Humber Hawks.
Yeah, and that was just a great read there by Slew. She was all alone by herself. Usually on those blocks, you see two of the players, the middle blocker, and either one of the outside hitters or left hitters, but she was all alone on that. Great read by her.
Another great read here after the timeout. The front court for these Redeemer Royals have really sort of turned a page here, making some really good reads.
Yeah, Humber's got to watch out. Redeemer putting an end to their own run there with that service error.
And that's going to be something in Redeemer's best interest. As we mentioned before, they are such a good serving team, and they're going to try to limit as much as possible these service errors from the line.
And here's a good server right here, Hannah Petkoff, 18 service aces on the season thus far.
Trying with Sluice there, going lightly. Good hit there by Henderson, as it was a good pass from the captain, Alex Bartman, and a good spot there, able to find the court.
Henderson's quickly having herself a game, 3 digs, 2 kills already. Could be a big game for her.
Yeah, doing it on both sides of the ball, as that's what you like to see. A little bit of an awkward bump there by the libero Nash, but Redeemer is able to give a free ball to Humber. Cheyenne Williams going lightly, and a little bit of a ping pong match at the net as Petkoff is going to give it a go from the backcourt. Good try there by Redeemer, as they just were able to paint that line there for the point.
Yeah, and Cheyenne Williams possibly getting a little bit of a break there. It looked like that she got the double touch on the ball, but umpire not calling it.
Yeah, sometimes you just roll with it, keep playing like nothing ever happened. As it is going to be Sluice from the service line, as that's going to sail way long. And once again, the Redeemer Royals giving away some points with the service errors.
They'll put Cheyenne Williams on the line. The Chiefs, let's see if she's able to extend this Humber lead.
Good serve there. This was a dig by Sluice. Going to go over to number 9, Renwick. So that is going to go out and keep Cheyenne Williams at the service line.
These unforced errors here are starting to really add up. Could be really detrimental here for Redeemer as this game goes on.
Yes, certainly as this first set goes on, the bigger the lead the Humber gets, the definitely more comfortable they feel, as a little bit of an errant pass there is going to give Humber the point.
Humber back on a little bit of a roll here, up to an 8-point lead. Certainly they've grabbed a hold of this set, and let's see if they're able to finish things off.
And a really good spot there, really good serve by Cheyenne Williams with the service ace there, as that one maybe a little bit of late life to it, sort of moving out of the way of the libero Nash.
Yeah, it's a few times now where Nash has really kind of failed to get herself settled into those on those serves that she's been trying to return.
Yeah, we might not have the best angle to see quite that side-to-side movement that the volleyball can take off of the serves. But you are right. I think she just needs to try to find her feet, get comfortable, and those passes will start coming. La Chapelle with a great pass. They're going to go with the short set to Kristanisic, putting it nice and hard off of the arm of Reindeers, as that's going to extend this Humber lead now, 18-9.
Another great setup there by Alex Barman as she heads to the bench. She's so good at that kind of little backward pass that she does, throwing that one over. So tough for the defense to really prepare for that.
Yeah, you're exactly right. As it's going to be Lauren Schneider taking over the duties for Alex Bartman here in this one. Nash with the serve, not quite where she wanted to, but they're still able to get a good hit there with Sluice. But that good Humber defense at the front of that net is just a little bit too oppressive there, as they're going to sort of win that arm wrestling match.
Yeah, good defense leading to good offense there. Kristana, such a great read there again. All of that ball too, and earning herself a point.
Snyder with another good serve there. So they're going to go across the court to Renwick, and they're able to get it over. A little bit of a free ball for Humber. They're going to make the most of it, putting it nice and hard off the arm of Reindeers, and then a smack back in the face by Haley Henderson, giving the Humber Hawks an 11-point lead now.
I don't think there was a doubt that Henderson got all of that one, and a great ball there, putting that one right the back of the court.
Yeah, sometimes you hear that nice sweet sound off of that ball, that nice clean thud. You know that whoever's swinging got all of it.
Yeah, and then it's just a matter of finding the court or not.
And here's Maria Van Vark. La Chapelle with the good pass. Snyder, good short set for Kostanisic. Humber going to get the free ball. La Chapelle with the bump set for Henderson. Good block there by the Redeemer Royals, as I believe it was Stofers that got that one, and putting it back into the Humber court.
Yeah, that Redeemer, left side defense has been pretty good. They've been all over that outside hitter position.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been all over that outside hitter, no matter who it is. Good active hand there by number 14, Homan, as a whistle is blown dead here. As it's going to go, the point is going to go towards Redeemer and keep Van Vark at the line. Maria Van Vark coming into this one. Third on the team, 4 service aces there, just not quite getting it the way she wanted to, as that's going to go into the net. Another unforced error there for Redeemer. As if these unforced errors keep up, they're going to have a hard time staying with the oh-so-powerful Humber Hawks. Van Vark with the back set to Stofers. Good hit there, but a good dig by Schneider. As Humber's going to give up the free ball there. Van Vark going across court. Good hit, but another good dig there by Humber. Not going to give up the free ball quite, but just going out of bounds, as good eyes there by the Redeemer Royals to let that one go.
Yeah, not a bad try there by Henderson, just missing the court, but just missing that one, yeah, just by a little bit.
We're going to get a service violation there, as it seems as though Stouffer's toe just clipped the line as she was leaving the ground. As that is a no-no, as that ball is going to go to the Humber side of the court, as Kristonisic is going to get her chance from the service line.
And not too often we see that service violation there. I think it's the first time all season, to be honest.
Yeah, not too often do we see it, but happening nonetheless here, as that's another unforced error that Redeemer's going to try to avoid here. It's a good block there by the Humber front court, as Redeemer getting a second chance, laying it down, getting it past the big block. Julia Watson and Cheyenne Williams.
Yeah, Royals here finding a little bit of that second win, just crawling their way back into this set slowly but surely. Humber's been really struggling to get those final 5 points.
Yeah, Redeemer putting on a little bit of that pressure there. As you mentioned, Humber having a hard time closing out this set. We get a new server in, and it doesn't quite work to the plan of Brad Dowis of the Redeemer Royals, trying to get a fresh arm in there to do the serving for the setter. Good serve there, as it's Hunt with the pass. Getting a good set there for Redeemer, just not quite putting it in the spot they want. Humber not quite getting where they need to be, but they were that time, as it was Cheyenne Williams with one of her another huge blocks, as she's been doing that all season long.
Yeah, we talked about her off the hop, and her length just makes her so difficult for the other team. It's just this big problem. She used all 6 foot of herself there.
And when you have somebody on the other side of the court that can sort of put that intimidation factor into the hitters of Redeemer, that's always going to be a plus, as Hunt is going to go easy over. A little bit of a tip. Julia Watson there to Schneider, over with the bump pass. Good swing there by Hunt. And that's going to have a little bit of a scramble there by Henderson, as that's going to get down and Redeemer point.
Yeah, Hunt had a shot at that one. Les Chappelle tried to knock that one back in, and Watson went after it after that. Unfortunately, none of them able to keep that one going for the Hawks.
Rendiers with a really good serve there, as that one with a little bit of late life, just kind of moving sideways there on La Chapelle.
Humber just needing one more point to take care of the set.
Reindeers getting a friendly bounce there, as that one just clipping enough of the white tape, but still having enough of that momentum to get over the net and into that no man's land. Those are one of those ones you just kind of have to shake off, as, not something that happens too often.
Yeah, the way that you set up on that serve, it's so hard to defend that. Just tough luck.
Yeah, especially with the way Rendiers has been serving. She's got a little bit of mustard on it, as, when it hits that white tape and you're expecting a hard serve, that can really kind of catch you off guard. Rendiers to Henderson, over to La Chapelle with the bump set. Hump putting a good swing on it, but another good block at the net by Redeemer, as that's going to be something that Humber's going to need to watch out for, as this block is really doing a good job reading the passes and getting into good position.
And a good timeout taken here by Chris Wilkins. He's seen his team has really struggled to win those final 5 points. Redeemer's got on a 9-4 run here, and they're slowly and surely crawling their way back. And off that last play there, Megan Hunt, a couple of times now she's really been struggling to get that through that Redeemer front line. So you got to wonder if she's going to stay in this one for the time being.
Yeah, as we take a look at that strong Redeemer block, as they have been doing really good job getting covering that outside hitter and getting over and making sure they're causing problems for the Humber Hawks. You see there another good read and good get to force that. That was the play that forced Wilkins to take his time out, talk things over with his ladies.
Yeah, and on that last play, you can see that set there to Hunt was really telegraphed, and Redeemer knew they were all over that one. It's going to be an interesting end to this set.
Only one more point to get for the Humber Hawks, but it's been hard to come by here, as Reindeers has had a pretty good go at it from the service line, finding herself in a little bit of a roll. Good pass there by Henderson. Cheyenne Williams trying to go onto that open side of the court, just didn't quite get the angle on it she needed to bury that.
Yeah, she saw a little bit of light there. Unfortunately for her, she just missed.
That's going to keep Reindeers at the service line. She's on a nice little roll there, and the roll continues as maybe a little bit of a communication error between Hunt and Henderson as they sort of both went for that ball.
You got to think if Redeemer gets another point here, will Chris Wilkins use a second timeout?
We shall see. It's another good serve and a good pass by Watson to Cheyenne Williams. She's able to dig her team out of that little bit of a tough spot near the end, as that's going to do it for set number one. The Humber Hawks taking that one 25-21. And about halfway through that set, you're thinking that maybe Humber might have had a pretty clean sweep of that first one, getting off to a great start. But, you know, as you were mentioning time and time again, they were just having a hard time getting those last 5 points they needed to close off the first set.
Yeah, we really saw how things can change in a hurry here in OCAA volleyball. Looked like Humber really had things set. They were up 20-10 there, just trying to close things up. But Redeemer really made that one a set. And it's going to be interesting to see if Redeemer really comes out that same energy into the second set and can really make things difficult here for the Hawks.
Yeah, that momentum sort of acting as a seventh man out there on the court for Redeemer. As, yeah, when that snowball starts to build and get bigger and bigger and bigger, you definitely start to feel a little bit more comfortable on the court. You start thinking, okay, can't really do too much wrong here, no matter where we go through. As we take a look at some of the replays there from the set, as Humber has not quite been up to the game plan there, as they were struggling to end that set, wasn't quite able to go to the hitters that they wanted to go to, even when they weren't quite able to make the most of it, because Redeemer sort of showing up here at the front of the net with their defense.
Yeah, that Redeemer front line, especially on that left-hand side, guarding Julia Watson, has been very successful here, and you saw a few of those reads there on Megan Hunt. Definitely very strong, could be a big factor as the game goes on.
And as well, the Redeemer Royals not playing their leading blocker, Kaylin Homan. She is leading the team with 24 blocks coming into this one, and she hasn't even stepped onto the court yet. So Redeemer doing a pretty good job sort of picking up that defensive slack at the front of the net.
Continue to look at highlights here from the first set.
And as we see that nice kill there by Cheyenne Williams to take that set 25-21.
Surprisingly, that was her first kill of the set. It would have thought so watching it, but looking up at the scoreboard, that's it.
Yeah, just Redeemer doing a really good job making sure they're covering those empty spots on the court to make sure that they're keeping some of the strongest hitters for Humber off the score sheet as much as they can.
Usual suspects just about ready to take the court here for set number 2 for Humber.
Yep, set number 2 here coming up. Humber Hawks, yeah, as you mentioned, usual suspects on the court here, as I believe it's going to be Alex Bartman to take the serving duties to start this set number 2.
Yeah, really no surprise that you'd want her starting things off for your team. One of the best in the province, why not?
The captain for the Humber Hawks, getting it started here in set number 2. That is Nash with the pass going across the court. And a good try there by Hannah Petkoff, sacrificing life and limb to try to make that play. Fortunately, just out of the reach.
That's a couple times now we've seen Petkoff really stretch that body all the way trying to get that ball, but unfortunately coming up short both times.
Yes, Luce doing a good job there, finding that little seam in between the Humber defense. So it's going to be Henderson with a good effort there close to the net as Barman didn't quite give her the pass that she needed to make the most of it. That one's going to sail long.
Yeah, those cross-court shots can be really hard. You really need to get that downward motion there, as you don't really have that back of the court, that length really to work with.
As we see there, Reinders with the service error as she, in the previous set, had a pretty good run there at the end to make it a little bit closer than Humber wanted there with the service error. A little bit of a scramble there for the Redeemer Royals, giving up a free ball to Humber, as you don't want to do that when you've got Alex Kristanicic at the front of the net. As she's oh so good at laying those balls down when you give Humber those free balls. They are oh so good at capitalizing.
Yeah, and Kristanicic is having herself a pretty good game here, 3 kills already.
Backcourt hit here for Reindeers off of the hand of Stofers, as that's going to go into the net and send Henderson to the service line.
And even so, it's another one of those plays where the Humber front line, you looked at Watson, she was all over that one. Wouldn't have mattered.
Henderson there. Over. Hunt's going to go over with an errant pass, and Petkoff going to make no mistake there. Is that almost acting like a little bit of a set, as that bump from Hunt just not quite where she needed it, as she's having a little bit of a hard time here off of the service. Once again, not quite having the pass that she's looked for, as even though Redeemer trying to do what they can, Stofers, to try to avoid the free ball as much as possible. She's going to find a good spot on the court. Henderson with the pass. Short set for Kristanicic. She's going to make no mistake on that meter ball set, burying it into the back corner there.
Yeah, another kill there for Kristanicic. 5 on the day now for her. She goes to the service line. Looking that she's going to have another big night here.
Now we've seen it all season long from number 7. She's been oh so good as that middle hitter for these Humber Hawks. As Redeemer's going to give up a little bit of a free ball there, as it
double
looks
touch.
as though it'll be a double touch, off of the hands of Kristanicic. Unfortunate there, as Julia Watson was ready to absolutely lay that one down.
Doubly unfortunate there, too, as well, because of Kristanicic's really skill on the service line. Really underrated in that regard.
Redeemer going to have an unforced error there, as it's Christina Rentwick putting that one into the net, and is going to send Julia Watson to the service line. Solid serve there. It's going to be Van Vark over across. Good little back and forth here by these two teams. A little bit of a scramble by La Chapelle to get it over to Bartman. But Henderson doing a really good job of laying that one down and finishing the point off for the Humber Hawks.
Yeah, big break there for Henderson. Putting that one right on the tip of the net. Caught everyone on Redeemer off guard. Not much they could have done to defend that.
Watson with another good serve there. And Vark across the court. Going to try to go lightly through the block. Cheyenne Williams trying to get out of the way as that one went off of her hands and didn't quite have the juice to get back into the Redeemer side of the court. Redeemer ball.
Yeah, that block didn't quite work the way they wanted it to, and not much Williams could have done to prevent that.
And here's Van Vark with a pretty good serve there. La Chapelle getting a little hand-tied. Good swing by Petkoff, but another good read by the Redeemer Royals and their block. That one coming off the hand of Reinders.
Barber there making a really nice play, though, to try and keep that one alive. Looked like that ball was dead, but still managing to turn that one to a pretty good set.
Yeah, decent rally there. Though another unforced error by the Redeemer Royals as Van Vark puts that one into the mesh.
Still a tight set here to start off the second, so really anyone's game so far.
Yeah, only 2 points between these two teams. It's a good serve there by Hannah Petkoff. They're going to try to go across court to Reinders, as once again, just out of the reach of Hannah Petkoff, trying to do everything she can to get that ball to her setter.
Redeemer doing a lot of good things here, finding that open space. Unfortunately, those unforced errors have kind of held them back in a lot of ways.
Good pass there by La Chapelle. Maybe a little bit too tight to the net, but a good play to pick up her libero is the captain, Alex Bartman. Just getting enough to muscle that into the Redeemer side.
Yeah, she's really good at those plays at the net. A little quick flip there, catching that whole Redeemer team off guard. Point for Humber.
Yeah, we're so used to seeing that from the men's team. Setter there loves going over in two quite often, and we don't see it too much from Alex Bartman, but she does a good job making those reads and she's oh so good at deciding when to do that.
She's team captain for a reason.
You are exactly right. As now we see Cheyenne Williams, her turn from the service line, as that's going to go through the arms of Nash, as that's going to be a service ace for number 12, Cheyenne Williams.
Yeah, it's a few times now where Nash has just been unable to get set. Not what you want to see from your libero position at all.
As that one just sailing out of bounds, out the back end of the court, going over top of the head of Nash. As, yeah, you mentioned there, Nash just not quite having the game that she want with the passes. And if you're the Humber serve, you got to take advantage of that and try to make sure that she still feels as uncomfortable as possible out there.
And a powerful kill there. Haley Henderson, that block deflected, sending Redeemer players all over, but not much they could have done.
As we've made it around 6 players, as Bartman back at the service line to take her serves. Redeemer trying to go over in two is Van Vark. Good swing there by Julia Watson, as Humber is going to get things set up, going across to Henderson again, just unable to get up, as that one's going to sail out of bounds.
Yeah, Henderson hasn't been able to master that cross-court kill here tonight. Both times she's done it has been just a little far out of bounds.
Yeah, just not quite getting on top of the ball as she needs to and driving it downwards. Hopefully she'll be able to make some adjustments to improve her game here in this one. Bartman's going to go across to Watson, as that is going to go out of bounds off of the block of the Redeemer Royals, keeping Haley Henderson at the service line.
Yeah, Watson brings so much power. We keep mentioning that. It's so hard to defend, and that one there, they blocked it, but that one just got away from them, as simple as that.
Here's Van Vark going with a backcourt set there to number 10, Stofers, as she tries to go lightly over the block and just didn't, almost looked like she whiffed on it there. Not quite getting that strong hand she needed.
Yeah, Stouffer's really one of those players that is highly dependent on by Redeemer today, by the Redeemer team, and she's been kept a little quiet here on the court, only 2 kills.
Big swing there by Sluice, as La Chapelle with a pretty good dig. Redeemer going to cause Humber to give up a free ball as they're going to go back to Sluice. Really good dig there by La Chapelle, getting that hand on it. And maybe a little bit of a pseudo free ball is going to catch the Redeemer off guard there. As Haley Henderson doing it herself, finding that nice big hole. That's going to send Redeemer to timeout to talk things over, as Humber, it was a pretty close set to start this one. Now Humber is starting to find a little bit of a roll.
Yeah, Humber's starting to run away with it a little bit here, getting on a little bit of a run, but on that last play, Alex La Chapelle, all credit to her, a couple tough digs there. And not only did she keep it up, but put it in favorable positions for her teammates. That's not easy to do, especially for her first year in a tough position like libero. And La Chapelle struggled a little bit early on this season, but she's really come into her own here and could be a great piece here for the Hawks going into the crossover and hopefully the OCAA playoffs.
Yeah, you got to think if you're Chris Wilkins, having a player like La Chapelle to join your team and to be as important as she has been out there on the court, it has been really beneficial and has really helped these Humber Hawks be as offensive and as potent in the offensive category as they have been all season long.
And, sorry, Matt.
As you mentioned there, La Chapelle just doing whatever she can to get her hand on it, and yeah, she's doing what she can to get her hand on it, but she's also putting it in a spot for her setter Bartman to make really good plays.
And you got to think too, there's got to be a plan with her as a first year. Chris Wilkins sees her, says, I can maybe build a team around her as that libero, just like we saw with Kyla Wilkins, who was in her 5th and final year last year.
Yeah, exactly. That libero sort of acting as the backbone for any defense there, as a good effort there by the Humber Hawks for the block.
Yeah, big block there. Once again, defense leading to offense.
Pass there, Van Vark's going to go across to Sluice. Sluice didn't quite get everything on it there. Bartman going with the back set to Watson, and she's going to bury that as she's been doing oh so well all season long. Nothing you can really do there if you're Redeemer.
Kill number 3 for her today, and you better believe she is in her form right now.
Anderson, good serve there. Not quite the pass as they still get a good swing by Sluice. Bartman's going to set up Kristanisic, and she didn't quite have the feet under her as she wanted. She didn't quite look ready for that swing there, as that is going to send the Redeemer Royals to the service line 17-10.
Yeah, that placement not exactly where Kristanisic wanted. Not too often we see that from Bartman, but looks like she's human.
Yeah, you're allowed to make mistakes every now and then, and, Alex Bartman, as the captain and the setter, she's, pretty much always involved in any of the plays. And, when she can sort of get her feet under her and she can get comfortable, man, it means that the rest of the offense can get comfortable. Good block there by the Humber Hawks as Julia Watson and Cheyenne Williams throwing up that great wall that is Humber.
Yeah, we've seen that play a few times now where just that big block and the Redeemer defense not really set for that at all. Another big point. This is a little bit of a dangerous territory, though. This is where Humber start to see things unravel almost a little bit in the first set. Let's see if they can have a little bit more of a clean ending to the second set.
Yeah, gonna try to make that little adjustment that they need, and so far so good, as that was Schneider setting up Cheyenne Williams with that very nice meter ball kill there. 10-point lead now for the Humber Hawks, 20-10.
And a great server like Kristanisic on the line.
Van Vark going with a back set to number 9, Renwick. That's going to go off the Humber block and out of bounds.
Yeah, the ball slipping through the fingers of Cassidy Andrews. A little bit of a misread there.
Yeah, Cassidy Andrews getting her first time on the court. She's going to want to maybe shake off that little bit of an error here. She gives a nice bump set. Fortunately, Humber going to give up the free ball. Van Vark trying to go across court, but unfortunate there as that was a 2-touch pass.
Humber lead back up to 10, just trying to put the finishing touches on this second set and take that big 2-0 lead. It will be so difficult to Redeemer to come back into this one, but not impossible.
Julia Watson with the serve, not quite the pass from Sluice, as that is going to cause a free ball, and even the free ball goes out of bounds. Another unforced error by the Redeemer Royals, allowing Humber to keep this nice big lead and keep their momentum.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of the story of the game, just these unforced errors by Redeemer. Now they're being doubled up by Humber in the second.
And a little bit of a changeup going off the net. A good play there by Nash to keep the ball alive. And Cassidy Andrews making her entrance into this game known as she lays that one down emphatically.
Yeah, Cassidy Andrews, not one of the go-to players necessarily for Humber, but when she comes in, she definitely makes an impact. Averages over 2 points per set.
Yeah, another one of the players on this deep roster that can really swing. This is going to be Julia Watson this time, taking a swing from the backcourt. Now Stofers, good dig there. Humber going to give up the free ball. They're going to go across to Stofers, and she's able to find the seam between a number of Humber Hawks as that's going to keep Redeemer in this one. Not over yet. And hopefully the seams don't come apart here for Humber late in this set number 2, as we kind of saw shades of that in set number 1.
Still an 11-point cushion.
As another unforced error there by the setter Van Vark. So that goes out of bounds, out the back end.
Set point now.
Edges with a good serve, an unfortunate pass there by Sluice, as that is going to do it for set number 2 for the Humber Hawks. Not the cleanest of ways to end the set, but Humber will take it as they finish that one off, doubling up the Redeemer Royals 25-12. As Humber, maybe starting to find themselves there, as we didn't see that little bit of the seams falling off there as we saw in the first set number 1, as we take a look at some of the last set's action.
Yeah, in this set, really that first half or first 2/3, however you want to frame it, much like that first set where Humber getting off to a big lead, doubling them up. Differences in this set, Humber really doing a good job finishing things off here and not letting that Redeemer team really try and get back into the set and really cleaning up the house there. As we get a look at some of the highlights there from that big second set. And things are looking good here for Humber going into the third.
Yeah, Humber definitely starting to look a little bit more comfortable as they are going into set number 3, hoping to have a nice clean sweep, as the last time these two teams met in action, it was a pretty close game, as they had to go the full length of 5 sets, and Humber just narrowly coming up on that one. This time, though, maybe a little bit of bad, salt in the mouth there for Humber. Maybe they thought that their game previously against these Redeemer Royals was maybe a little bit too close for comfort. Now here today, saying, you know what, we don't want it to be as close as it was last time. We want to take control.
And Humber also defending an undefeated streak against the Redeemer Royals, 29-0. That would have broken a 28-game win streak all time against the Royals, but looks like Humber's pretty determined to push to 30 here tonight. Look there at the Humber bench. Last game out, Chris Wilkins earning his 370th win as Humber coach, and definitely a big part of this team, a big part of that 11 in a row provincial championship stretch from 2008 to 2018. Humber breaking that stretch last year, but looking to get back on top this year, and they definitely have the talent to do it.
Yeah, 100%. They've got a very deep bench. A lot of players can do a lot of different things. As, Humber trying to finish off this regular season on a high note. As so far here in this one against the Royals, they're doing exactly that.
Yeah, Humber with the 5th best record overall in the OCAA, 2nd in the West. And they're back to the national rankings. They've been playing skip rope with it really all year. Are they in or are they out? And when they are in, they've been sort of low, 13, 14, 15, around there. But they're back in now, and really it doesn't matter where you're ranked. It's all about where you finish. As this national ranking is certainly nice, but just a little bit of a talking point, of course. Not the be-all, end-all.
Yeah, you're exactly right. But, yeah, it is nice when, you come out of a game knowing that, hey, we're moving up in the standings. We're starting to climb that ladder a little bit, even though it may feel like, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. But Humber still putting up a fight either way as we get set to start set number 3, as Kristanicic putting a good point to start that one. Very good kill there by Kristanicic, doing everything she can with that meter ball set that she loves so much.
Yeah, classic Kristanicic there, earning her 7th kill of the game. Team high. Game high, actually.
That one maybe almost going out. Stofers with the back set hit a little light, giving up a free ball for the Humber Hawks. Here's Henderson, a good block there by the Redeemer Royals, but fortunately for the Humber Hawks, going out of bounds, as that's going to keep Bartman on the service line.
Yeah, some good teamwork there. They all know to get that ball to Bartman so she can set it up. Ends up sending it over to Henderson. It was a little bit telegraphed, but really too hard there, and not much the Royals could have done to defend that.
Yeah, the Royals block just kind of not at the angle that you want to see, forcing it to go out of bounds. A huge block there by the double team of Watson and Krastonisic. Good effort there by Bartman to keep that one alive and give Henderson a chance to put some good swing on it. Good swing there by Sluice from Redeemer, having a nice little rally here as it's going to be finished off by Haley Henderson, getting it through the arms of the libero, Nash.
We could see a little bit of an internal battle here brewing. Krastonisic and Henderson both with 7 kills. They've both been magnificent here tonight.
Yeah, they are the ones leading the way here for the Humber Hawks. As you said, they've been absolutely raking it in here. As we're going to get a backcourt hit, by Stofers. Going to set it up for Henderson. A good block, forcing Humber to make a little bit of a scramble play. Now here's Sluice with a good swing. Humber, now Bartman going across to Henderson. Henderson getting a lot of action here. As Redeemer going to try to go to Sluice, and a good dig there by Petkoff in the backcourt. Good swing by Watson, but a good block by the Redeemer Royals. Redeemer doing a really good job of keeping Julia Watson as quiet as possible here in this one, as Julia really hasn't been able to get things going because that block has been in her face all night.
Yeah, and she's been seeing that a lot of that really all season. Her swing percentage not that high, but it's pretty tough to play when you have that defense kind of draped all over you.
And Krastonisic there with another good kill, adding her total now to 8. Back to the team highs. That's going to send Haley Henderson to the service line. Humber carrying whatever momentum they had there in set number 2. Now here into set number 3, up 4-1.
Yeah, Hawks definitely feeling it.
Good job there by Krastonisic to stick with that after she made that good block off of that light tip. Still able to get it down and make Redeemer Royals make that little bit of an error, as Humber really are feeling themselves here in set number 3. Good try there by Stofers, keeping the ball alive. Able to get it hard into the backcourt, and a good dig by LaChapelle leads to that good finish, as Humber now leading 6-1.
Saying 10 kills now for Krastonisic, already in double digits.
Krastonisic trying to help lead her team to a 4th straight victory as Henderson tried the little soft serve there. LaChapelle there with the dig off of the little tip. Here's Van Vark across the court to Bluch. And Bartman going a back set to Watson. Watson finding it a little bit there. She's able to find the seam and get it down. As Julia Watson with a kill to her name.
Yeah, big kill for her there. Some classic Julia Watson there, throwing down that strong right arm. 7-1 here. Great start for the 3rd set.
Here's Nash with the bump set. Good dig in the backcourt by Henderson. Bartman, as you see there, trying that meter ball set for Krastonisic. Just wasn't quite the way they had it planned, as the ball just didn't quite get over that white line enough for Krastonisic to be able to get it into the Redeemer court. Henderson, pass to Bartman, going across to Petkoff. She's going to lay one down, but a good dig by Rendiers.
Oh, just a rocket there. Bartman with no chance to try and pass that one over to her teammates.
Yeah, Bartman doing everything she can to try to keep that ball alive for her team to at least give them the opportunity to lay one back into the Redeemer side, but a good kill there. Bartman with the back set to Watson. Watson just didn't quite get the angle she wanted, as that goes off of the net and stays in Humber side of the court.
Now Redeemer on a little bit of a run themselves, 3-0 to be exact.
Yeah, Christina Renwick from the service line. It's going to end that little bit of a roll there with another unforced error, as that sort of has really been the tail of the tape here for the Redeemer Royals. Doing a really good job sticking with the Humber Hawks, but those unforced errors are really what has kept them behind in this one. As unfortunately there, Nash once again just unable to get herself set up for that pass. as that one really went nowhere.
And Kristana, we all know she can be so troublesome for other teams when she's on the service line.
That pass there by Sluice, going to try to go cross court to Homan. Homan trying to go lightly, but just unable to get it over that white tape, keeping it in the Redeemer court. Kristana staying at that service line, and as you mentioned, kind of a little underrated from the service line. She is oh so good, as causing Nash to scramble for that pass there. Goes out of bounds. Humber now 11-4.
Yeah, Humber getting that momentum right back. Up to a 7-point lead, the most in this set.
Sluice with the pass, not quite where she wanted it for Van Vark, but Redeemer still making the most of it, as that is going to go off the hands of Henderson and out the back end. That's going to send Van Vark to the line for Redeemer.
Van Vark, a pretty good server herself. Let's see if she could do some damage here.
Going to Petkoff there. Bartman going with a long back set to Watson. Good swing there, but a good dig by number 8, Van Vark. Usually doing the setting, but a good dig there. Unfortunate, though, for Redeemer, as that is going to stay Humber volleyball. As Julia Watson's going to take a little bit of a seat, grab some water, as Lauren Schneider is going to check back into this one.
Danielle Miles checking into this one as well. Schneider, not a bad server herself. 9 service aces on the year coming into this one.
Nash there with one of her better passes of the day, trying to go cross court to Reindeers, and a huge block there by the Humber Hawks. That front court once again just showing too oppressive for the Redeemer Royals.
Yeah, Williams and Miles all over that one.
Snyder with a good serve there. Nash with hard time, didn't quite get the pass she wanted to, as Redeemer is going to try to scramble, and unfortunately can't make nothing of it. So that's going to keep Snyder at the service line, and that's going to force Redeemer to take a timeout.
Yeah, Bolcha ran to the bench trying to keep that one alive, but unfortunately for her, just a bit too far, and I think Redeemer's trying to feel this game slip away from them a bit, as after that tight first set, Humber's really run away with things here.
Take a look at some of the action that has taken place here in set number 3. Kristanisic with a nice kill there. Julia Watson with one of her nice kills. She's starting to find herself here in this one. As we see Julia Watson once again, another swing, and when that left arm of Julia Watson starts going and getting comfortable, man, that can really mean lights out for the opposition.
Yeah, sometimes it can take a little bit for Watson to get started, but once she does, good luck stopping her. Averaging almost 3 kills per set. Such a dangerous weapon on that outside for the Humber Hawks. And certainly a big piece for this team going into playoffs.
Yeah, one of the few teams that relies a lot on sort of that back set and that right side hitter. That is Julia Watson. Normally, setters like to feel comfortable setting the ball in front of them, whether it's middle setter or that long outside hitter. But Alex Barman, oh so good with that back sets, giving Julia Watson really the best opportunities to be successful. As that point ends up Redeemer ball, as it's going to send Bulcha to the line.
Yeah, a successful start of that timeout for Redeemer. Let's see if they can get on a bit of a roll here and try and climb their way back into the set. But, oh, man, big shot there by Cheyenne Williams.
Yeah, good 3 touches there by Humber, leading to that very nice kill off of that meter ball set by Cheyenne Williams.
6 kills on the day and many blocks for her. I was going to say a few, but that's selling her short.
Unfortunately there, Hannah Petkoff is going to have that one sail out the back end and send Redeemer to the service line.
Yeah, uncharacteristic for her. She's one of the best servers on the team. 18 aces coming into the day.
She's one of the more consistent servers on this team. A little bit of an unforced error there by Petkoff, as it's going to be Tequila Thompson here for Redeemer with the serve. And that's going to be it for her service. Cheyenne Williams absolutely laying that one down there. Once again, showing off what she can do from that middle position.
Cheyenne Williams making things look unfair there. I don't think the Redeemer defense had a shot at that.
Cheyenne Williams making it look really easy, to say the least. Van Vark's going to go with the back set. 2 Rendiers. Good dig there by Petkoff. Going to get over to Henderson, but she's going to have enough to go off that block and out, as that's going to be a Humber point. Now up 11, 18-7.
Cheyenne Williams back on the service line. Chance for her to do more damage herself.
A little bit of an uncharacteristic service error there by Cheyenne Williams. Usually she can get herself going from the service line. There, just going off that white tape. And that's going to send Rendiers to the line.
Yeah, Williams can get herself going from that service line, but it's not really her wheelhouse.
Yeah, she's definitely, her home is definitely on that offensive side and at the front of the net. Big swing there by Sluice, going off the block of Krstanisic and out. Good swing there by Sluice, as she's one of the leaders on this team in kills and kills per set, and Humber's done a pretty good job of keeping her off the score sheet as much as possible.
Yeah, making her look like a first year, which that doesn't happen too often, especially this season for her.
And another unforced error there by Redeemer, as Alina Rendiers goes off of the net. A little bit of a communication error there between Nash and Bulcha, but Redeemer able to get it over for a free ball. Going cross court to Sluice. She's going to put that one down, but a great dig there by Alex LaChapelle. Petkoff going to go from the back court. They're going to try Sluice one more time. That time finishing it off well. As a very nice spot there in that back corner part of the court for Sluice.
Royal showing signs of a little bit of life here, but down by 8, they got to make things happen, and in a hurry.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They are slowly but surely running out of time. Snyder with the bump set to Cassidy Andrews. Big swing there, as Nash really couldn't do much with that one, as she almost leaned out of the way of that one, as Cassidy Andrews absolutely laying that one down.
Yeah, showing the power and the accuracy there, putting that one right in the corner.
Yeah, right at the feet of that line judge there in the back corner. Unfortunately there, that one by Andrews is going to sail out of bounds.
A good server on the line here for Redeemer, so could be a chance for them to crawl back.
Renwick just waiting for the go-ahead from the chair umpire. She's going to serve that one. A little bit of an errant pass going over the net. That is not exactly what Emma Heaney wanted there, but Redeemer doing a good job of taking advantage of that free ball.
Yeah, that one getting away from her just a little bit.
Heaney there with a bit of a better pass. Petkoff with the bump set. Humber going to give away the free ball. We're going to try the short meter ball set there. Pass was intended for Michaela Homan, and it just wasn't quite in the position there as Stofers tried to pick up her teammate, get it over the net. Just unfortunate there for Redeemer. Maybe a little bit of communication error, maybe.
Big communication error.
And once again, Nash having a hard time with the serve of Alex Krstanisic. As you got to think, if you're Alex Krstanisic, that's going to be the player you're going to try to want to use and abuse.
Oh, no.
As that one, a little bit of a tough bounce there off the arm of Bulcha into the face of Homan. She's going to shake that one off with a smile. Everyone on the court's all right.
Yeah, she's all right there, but our team isn't doing so great right now. Down by 10, and the game could be over pretty soon.
Yeah, only 3 lives left here for the Redeemer Royals. So we're going to go with a backcourt hit in Sluice, putting that one down, painting that backcourt line, and keeping Redeemer in this one. It's Going to be Maria Van Vark from the line.
Good server. She needs to get in her zone right now.
Just deflecting off that net. Good job there by Humber to able to at least try to get a swing and a hit off. Just unfortunate there. Petkoff putting that one into the net. Once again, Van Vark unfortunately putting that one into the net. Another unforced error by the Redeemer Royals. Gonna send Lauren Snyder to the line now, 23-14.
Only need 2 points now to close out this one. Time to put the finishing touches, put the bow on it, if you will.
You're exactly right. Lauren Snyder, pretty good from that service line. Definitely has the ability to close this one out.
Just waiting for the umpire signal. Don't know it was taking so long.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of technical difficulties. Either way, everything is good to go now as we get the whistle from the chair umpire, giving Schneider the good to go. She's going to put a good serve on that one. Nash doing everything she can to try to give the opportunity to Rendiers. Unfortunately, she's going to put that one into the net, as that is going to put Humber on match point.
Redeemer down to their last shot.
And Vark with the bump set. Rendiers forced to give up that little bit of a free ball, but put it in a pretty good spot there, as no one really on the court for Humber anywhere near that one, painting the line and keeping themselves in this one. Here's Bulcha. Finding a nice little hole there. Tahini tried to get over, got a little bit of a hand on it, but not able to get enough to get it past to Bartman.
Bulcha not known as a service ace machine, but certainly a good one there. Putting that one in a very favorable position.
Petkoff, easy pass to Snyder, going across to Miles. Pretty good swing there. Good effort by Nash to keep that one alive for Redeemer. They're going to be forced to give up the free ball, as they tried that meter ball set there. Just unfortunately, Alexandra Dubé just unable to get that finish.
Redeemer really playing well here with their backs against the wall. They need to stay perfect here for these next 7 points.
Heaney with the pass. Snyder going across to Miles. Real good swing on that one, but a good dig by Nash. Bulcha forced to give up the free ball. Cassidy Andrews to Snyder. Miles once again wasn't able to leave her feet there, but still put a good swing on it. Cassidy Andrews, Snyder with the meter ball set. Dubé doing everything she can to get that one over. Nice little rally here, as that is going to end that one, giving the Redeemer Royals a point and keeping themselves in this one, as we're starting to see a little bit of the shades from set number one. As Redeemer started to make a pretty good comeback there. They're making a pretty good comeback right now.
Yeah, Humber had a lot of trouble closing out that first set, having a little bit of trouble here.
Dubé tried to finish it off with that meter ball set, unable to do so. Good dig there by Heaney, going with the backcourt hit in Cassidy Andrews. Now Slows trying to keep her team in it. A good try there for the dig by Emma Heaney. Unfortunately, that one just going a little bit too far off of her right or left hand, going out of bounds.
Humber bench is getting real loud here, trying to cheer on their team, trying to get them to get that final point.
As Miles goes hard off the block, as that goes out of bounds, as that will be it for this first game here, as your Humber Hawks taking care of these Redeemer Royals pretty easily, 3-0. Very good game by the Humber Hawks. Who do you think is your standout player of the match?
I'd have to go with Alex Kristanis. That's no question. Only player in this game in double-digit kills and really a dominant factor at the service line and at the net. Just a fantastic game by her all around.
100% agree. Another absolutely solid game by the middle hitter, number 7, Alex Kristanisic. As she showing off what she can do on both sides of the ball. Yeah, doing it from the serving, doing it hitting, doing it with the defense and the blocking, as she helps lead Humber to another win, keeping their winning streak alive now to 4.
Haley Henderson being named player of the game here. Disagree with it, but I respect that decision. Very good game for her as well. She did have more digs than Krasonisic, so definitely a fair decision.
Yeah, another good decision there for player of the game. As that is going to do it for us here for game number 1. We will be back here in about a half hour or so time for the men to take the court. We'll see you in a bit.